Cori, you mentioned possible savings outside of staff. Could you go, I'm going to let you go first on this question and talk a little more about that. And David, you can either kind of reply, you can agree or disagree with those, but also bring up any cuts that you think the board can go further, or tell us why they can't. Mm-hmm. So Cori, go ahead.
One of the items in the financial statements that really piqued my interest, really caught my eye, was this category called contracted services. And there has been a dramatic increase in contracted services over the past several years, and projected outward for the next couple of years. Questioning where that increase is coming from, it's contracts, it's with outside companies. Now, part of that had to do with the fact that the substitute teachers, which used to be employees of the district, are now being arranged through an outside company. They handle all that for us. And when they were no longer employees, it became a contracted service. So part of that increase in that item, that line item, is justifiable. But there still is a lot of there's still a lot of money that's going into that line item that I think can be trimmed a little bit, or at least needs to be looked at a lot more closely.
Okay, and David, how do you can either reply on that issue or bring up other areas of possible cuts?
I have a whole list of possible cuts. The only problem would be that all of those cuts would affect kids. And for example, you could cut the school day, the school year. You could do a lot of different things, but they're going to impact learning. That's the bottom line. Now there's a few things, maybe like some contracted services that we might want to look at, but again, the big dollars are in personnel. And if you want good people, you have to pay a decent wage. And our starting salary is about in the middle for Cuyahoga County Schools. So we are not paying our educators an exorbitant amount. They deserve everything they're getting and more, in my opinion. But yes, could we make some more cost-cutting things here and there? Probably, but we're probably talking about maybe tens of thousands, not certainly millions. And you look at an $80 million project or $80 million budget, you need to cut hundreds of thousands of dollars. That becomes a little bit more difficult.
Okay, Cori, do you want to reply?
I disagree that the insignificance of the number of places of the contracted services that can be looked at. I disagree. I believe that some of the contracts that we're dealing with are significant, that it could probably make a much bigger impact than Mr. Thurau believes it does.
Okay, and Dave, do you want to reply?
No, we can definitely take a look at all these different contracts that we have. My big issue, as long as it doesn't impact learning, then we could probably take a look at it. But again, once it starts impacting kids, then that's where I'm going to be voting no on.